Hey YouTube, Volkswagen Dave here. Before I start this video, just want to say, if you live in Canada, get the stuff. It's absolutely amazing. It says frozen yogurt, but it looks like and tastes like ice cream, and it's in the ice cream section. So I told all my coworkers about it, and they're like, "What? Gummy worm ice cream?" And I was like, "Yeah." And this stuff was actually awesome. Next time you're at a Loblaws owned store, which could be, well, I don't know if Shoppers Drug Marts had them, but basically like Loblaws stores, superstores, No Frills, anything like that. That's all Loblaws stores. So, anyways, to the video. Hey YouTube, Volkswagen Dave here. This video I'm making for showing off just my entire video game collection, or at least the majority of it. One of the guys at work suggested this, he was interested, so I figured other people might be too. Anyway, so these are all my standard consoles that I own here. This is an original Atari 2600 Sixer. It's the later Sixer model, so it's a little lighter. Doesn't have the original board in it. That's a Coleco portable game unit from the 70s. It's called Alien Attack. Got a Nintendo GameCube here. PlayStation 2, the miniature version, the later model. Everything's a bit dusty right now, I just cleaned. But Sega Genesis with 32X and Sega CD, of course. Model 1, Model 2. Got a Sega Dreamcast. I got a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Signed by a few YouTube celebrities, some of them you may know. Seen them all at Com Bravo. We got John Tron and the Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe, just a few to name. And of course we have an original Xbox and a Sega Saturn. I did have a working Xbox 360, but after reviving it from 5 red rings in a row, I figured it was finally time to recycle it, so it's gone. It was gone a while ago. And if we come over here, I gotta go through a few things here, but still a mess. But I do have, this is the Atari 2600 I do normally play with. I think the picture's more clear on this one, and it's easier to hook up to modern television, as you can see. I just have a special splitting adapter, because this is video and audio in one, so I just have a special adapter for that. It's obviously a lot smaller and lighter and easier to work on. And of course, Nintendo 64, so there you have it. Now that's not the original Nintendo 64 I grew up with. I started with this. This is what I was born into. And then eventually Nintendo 64, the original one I have is stored away. It broke because I dropped it on the way home from high school. It's had a lot of use. And then from there I moved on to a GameCube and a PlayStation 1. And then eventually PlayStation 2, then a 360. And then we're kind of here today. That doesn't include the portable consoles. Now I'll move on to the portable consoles. Those are where all my accessories are stored, by the way. All my portable consoles are hiding under here. You can see one there. And I got rechargeable batteries for everything, my cameras. These are making them out of hydrides. 2 of them were free. I got NiCads in here. All but 4 batteries are free out of those solar lights you see in gardens. The solar lights were garbage, but the batteries and solar panels are still good. The circuit was rusted. And then that's a smart charger I bought online. This shitty Energizer dumb charger is kind of useless. It just kills all the batteries. We have a Sega Game Gear. We have a Neo Geo Pocket Color with Sonic Pocket Adventure in there. That's an excellent game. And we have a PlayStation Portable. It has issues with the disk drive, but I have downloaded version games. It's a modified version of the PlayStation Portable. The software they have on it, 3DS, and Game Boy Advance SP. I also have a Wonder Swan, which is a Japanese game console. Takes a single AA battery and takes these little weird cartridges. I don't have any games for it though. Also have a Game Boy Micro, a Game Boy Pocket, which is the first portable console I ever owned, followed by a Game Boy Color. Basically, every time my sister upgraded to a newer game console, she'd give me the old one. So when she got herself a Game Boy Color, I got the Game Boy Pocket. When she got the Advance SP, I got the Game Boy Color, and so on. And then once she got 3DS, I got, DS, she got DS, I got this. Then 3DS, I got myself, I think. I know the PSP I got as a gift. Anyways, so there's all my portable consoles. And then, of course, we get on to the games. Of course, all the DS-based games are stored in this game case from Nintendo Club. There they are there. I do have all the other portable games in the cases stored here. And of course, for the older stuff, I have it stored in here. I even have a Japanese version of the Game Boy Pocket camera, and there's some pictures on here that was taken in Japan, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, Game Boy games, and Game Gear, Advance, and all that is in there. A few manuals too. And of course, I have a bunch of accessories, but I'll go through that another day. I guess worth mentioning, I do have these dollar store portable game things. Basically a bunch of old-fashioned games on here. Just a dollar store item, right? 2 AA's and then go for hours and hours. Moving onwards, again, I'll do the accessories separately one day, but that's where they're all stored, as you can see. And of course, in here I got a few game guides. Of course, you got the Minecraft book and an old-fashioned one for Pokemon. This is a really cool book, the unofficial guide. Okay. And I got this for the Shadow the Hedgehog game, even though that game's not that great. It was cheap. I can't remember what I paid for all I know it was cheap. $5 or something. And then a bunch of comic books in here and a few other books there. Go through it another day. Here's some more accessories. Moving on to the games. Alright, let's start over here. Here are all my Atari 2600 games. And this I got a good deal on. I got this mint condition like that for I think it was $8 or something. Anyways, that's a steal. Look it up online on eBay. It's usually $15 or more for whatever reason. I guess because it's a little more rare. That's all my Atari 2600 games and a couple things. There's Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. And of course, Nintendo Entertainment System games are all lined up here. If the camera would adjust. And then the Super Nintendo games. Moving on, we have original Xbox games here, as well as Nintendo GameCube games. And then of course 360 games, which I can't even play. So there's that, I guess. Moving onward, we have our original PlayStation games here. As well as some Dreamcast games on the left there. Moving onward is all my Sega Genesis games on this shelf. Oh, might make a video on that one day. I'll get to that in a minute. But I'll make a video on that one day. Some more here. And then of course it goes to Sega CD, then it goes to 32X, then it goes to Sega Saturn, with some Japanese imports, because they're actually cheaper to buy than the American domestic copies. Alright, and I'll quickly talk about this game. It's quite interesting. Well, there goes the game. This game is actually a bootleg game that I bought, came from Russia. And it's actually Super Mario Brothers for the Genesis with Sonic in it. But you move around as if you're playing Mario. Now, it comes with a manual, which is interesting. Now, the interesting thing about this game is that it doesn't actually fit in the console. It doesn't fit properly. It's not because it's 32X. I took this off and it still didn't fit either. In order to play this, there's no screw. You actually have to pop the chip out and just put the chip in by itself, and then it works. So, really weird game. Moving onward, all my PlayStation 2 games. And then, of course, all my Nintendo 64 games are laid out here. I got a lot of them. And then, of course, I have my collection of PC games, both new and old, all sprawled along here and in here. Even some 5.5 and 3/4 inch floppy games are in here. And then I also forgot to show I have some PC games from the mid-late 90s here as well. Some of them you can't see because they're in little colored plastic discs. I got some music and cassette tapes as well, which I can all play on this radio, which plays cassette, CD, and, well, it plays the radio. This was my gaming rig, but currently in the process. I think I explained that in the previous video. Currently have the laptop set up. Got Hager going on there. And this is, of course, the unit that runs everything. We got a vintage little 1996 Zenith. I think it's a 27-inch television. Yeah, it's a 27-inch television. It's in perfect working condition. Have a DVD VCR combo player here. It's also an amplifier for the surround sound system I got going on. 2 speakers there. The subwoofer's hiding in there. And then I got 2 rear speakers there and there. And it works quite well. And then all these switch boxes hook the consoles all up together, which explains the nest of wires. They're all plugged in though because of the temporary outlet solution I have going on here. A little scary, I know. Of course I have some digital games as well on Steam. And here's my Steam account. So these are all the games I own on the side there. And your final question would probably be, how the hell do I keep track of all this? To keep track of it, basically I use a website called The Backloggery. And this is my page. You can look it up. And this is my whole collection right here. Keeps for every separate console, keeps which games you've beaten or not, which ones you're playing. This is kind of out of date right now. I just put them up there because I haven't tried them yet. And there's my total collection of games. I own 594 games, mostly physical games, obviously, so 594 video games, which is insane. So, there you go. This is Volkswagen Dave. Thanks for watching. I might have a more detailed video later on the other equipment I use for playing my games, especially the more retro games for PC, and on how the room is right now, because I'm still cleaning up the place, but I added another room, and I think it's going to be great, so thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, and one more thing. I don't know if anyone would be interested, but I could have a quick spool at my large VHS movie collection. Yep. All VHS tapes, and they all work excellent. Oh, and don't worry, I'm not crazy VHS guy. I have DVDs in here too if I want. Both sides. Also, the entire Trailer Park Boys DVD collection, except for the Christmas special, but I have a special version that has Christmas special on it right here, so... Oh, and the Angry Video Game Nerd, can't forget that one. Oh, can't forget that one either. Anyways, thanks for watching.